Would you like to know how to make your XP DEUS 2 sound like this when you're detecting? And not like this. So I'm actually out today detecting with my friend Mr. Tweed here, and we're underneath some power lines, and he just said to me he's having a few issues when he's detecting close to the power lines.
Yeah, the machine's been really quite lively, loads of pips and squeaks, and it's been quite chatty, so I'm hoping you can tell me what I need to do to the machine to help eliminate that so I can hear the proper targets in the ground clearly.
Yeah, we can definitely help him with that. Let me show you what I would do detecting underneath these power lines. So before we look at sorting Mr. Tweed's problem out, let's discuss what EMI actually is. It stands for electromagnetic interference, and it's what's emanated from things like power lines, electric fences, and sometimes even underground cables. But you don't have to put up with it, because there's things that you can change that will really calm your machine down and make it a much more enjoyable experience. So sometimes just swapping for a smaller coil option can drastically reduce the effects of EMI. A smaller coil has a smaller surface radius, meaning that you will pick up less interference as you're detecting. But if a smaller coil is not an option for you and you still want to use a fast multi-frequency program without effects of EMI, the first thing I would do is do a frequency scan. You can do this one of two ways. The easiest way is to hold down the ground balance button and the machine will automatically scan for a cleaner frequency, making it a much quieter experience. Or if you prefer to do that manually, then you can just hit the menu button, scroll down until you see your maximum frequency, hit the shift button and manually adjust until the machine becomes nice and quiet and stable. And another thing you can do is actually go and change the frequency max. This setting allows you to use a different maximum frequency while you're detecting, and sometimes higher frequencies can actually just mitigate the effects of EMI. So let's change ours from 24 kilohertz up to 40 kilohertz. But what you'll also notice now is that we're going to have to do another frequency scan because we've changed our maximum frequency. Hold down the ground balance button again and allow the machine to just scan for another clean frequency channel. And lastly, as a final tweak to a multi-frequency program, I would now go in and just adjust the sensitivity down just enough until the noise stops and the machine becomes nice and quiet and stable. But sometimes when you're metal detecting, you can't use a multi-frequency program. And this is where a single frequency program, just like the original DEUS 1, will be a big advantage. Inside of the DEUS 2, we have already given you a program which is number 7, the mono program. This is going to really enable you to get as close to fences and power lines as possible and mitigate the effects of EMI. Let me show you how to set it up. So to navigate to the mono program, all you need to do is use the plus key here to cycle through the programs until you get to number 7, the mono program. Instantly you'll notice by flicking over to a single frequency, the EMI is going to be much better. But near high power electric fences, you might have to adjust what frequency you want to use. My advice is to go for a high frequency. Something about 40 kilohertz should definitely do it. And once you're on there, don't forget to just make sure you do your frequency scan. But in some extreme environments, not even those changes are going to mitigate the effects of all EMI, and in which case there's going to be only one option for you. The HF2 coil is specifically designed to really push out all of the effects of EMI thanks to the ultra high frequencies inside of this coil. So if you want the best experience close to electric fences, power lines and underground cables, this is the coil you need. This is because the HF2 coil is up to 3 times more powerful thanks to its bigger battery capacity. And the more power that we deliver to the coil, the easier it is for us to push out the effects of EMI, especially coming from electric fences. All we need to do is select a single frequency program as opposed to a multi-frequency program. And now we can go into the program menu, scroll down until we get to frequency, and just hear the difference as we work up through the frequencies. So now we've just made a couple of small minor tweaks to Mr. Tweed's machine. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's made a world of difference. It's really quiet, it's really stable, and I think I'm going to be able to pick out all the little targets in the ground now. I can actually hear them.
Job done.